So one young superstar just left the analysis room, and only to have another one, famous American grandmaster Hans Mook Niemann. Show us please today's win. It was really wonderful. Actually, I was very astonished that you won that game, because I would consider the position to be very equal, or maybe slightly worse for you in an endgame without queens.
Yeah, I think I'm at least happy to play a black game and not lose, because with black this tournament I've been really struggling. So this is sort of a nice confidence boost. And I guess in the opening, okay, it is Slav. He plays knight c3. We get semi-Slav. Okay, e3 is not the most challenging move. Like theoretically, this is bishop g5, and there's Botvinnik stuff. There's all sorts of many. But I thought he would, play for this. But it seemed he wasn't too ambitious, because the line queen c2, this sort of variation, all theory. Yeah, bishop e2 is also not that challenging. Bishop d3 is the main move, I believe. So I got the feeling that he wasn't, I guess, that ambitious. He wanted to play no risk. And, I also got the feeling that he prepared this. I guess I don't think the semi-Slav is the first thing someone would expect me to play, but I think it's realistic that he would, prepare. So yeah, now he plays rook d1, which e4 is the main line, and there's quite a bit of theory here with knight g4, knight g4. I won't go into the exact moves, but basically this is what I expected, and rook d1 was certainly a move that caught me off guard, because I just didn't really remember exactly what to do. And
let's say after after e3 to e4, did you, let's say, have some good novelty prepared after some point, for example, or you just consider this position to be good for black and that's it?
I would just say I had not looked at this right before the game. I had looked at this for a previous game, so it wasn't as fresh as I'd like it to be. But also, I thought that I had more time to prepare, but then I was like, oh, I have to go get a COVID test. Gotcha. So my preparation was cut like an hour short. So I think if I had more time, I would have had something ready here. But I also felt I think it's just equal, slightly better maybe.
Yes, so. But the question is, you wanted to get something prepared right before the game. How about a few months before the game? Why weren't you already prepared for this line, like having analyzed it very deeply and having prepared a great novel?
Yeah, well, I have, but it just wasn't as fresh in my mind.
Okay.
So if I can go to my computer, I can show you my analysis here very deep, but unfortunately, not all of that is in my brain.
Absolutely.
If I had more time, I would have tried to do this. But okay, queen c7 is natural. I remembered in general against rook d1, queen c7 is a natural move. h3, I was not too scared of this move. I thought he should play e4 again here. But so when he played h3, I got the feeling that, okay, this is my time to just equalize. b4, c5, take. Obviously, I'd like to take with a knight, but rook takes d6 is a problem. And now he gets 2 pieces for the rook. So bishop c5, I think, is fine. 3. Yeah, now this is sort of a dilemma, which rook to be. I think I was considering, okay, if rook here, and if we get this endgame, then I want the rook on a8. Because bishop d4 comes with tempo sometimes.
Yes.
So the rook there belongs in a8. But then I thought maybe in this position, he might try to go like queen d3 or something. And then I obviously want the rook. So I think maybe just the rook on a8 is better. But again, this is reminding me of when I was picking king h1, king h2, and it's hard to choose. So many possibilities. So I played rook c8, and we get this endgame. He plays knight d5 very quickly. So I guess at this point, the position, I think he has some slight pressure because things are a bit awkward. Obviously, this pawn is overextended, so this a7 pawn can be a bit weak. However, this a4 knight, if I can sort of consolidate, can be an issue, right? Because it's sort of
those were exactly our comments during the game, exactly how you put it. Some over expanded pawns on the queen side, but his knight may end up out of play.
If the knight was on a normal square, obviously, I think that would be better. And the c3 square has quite a bit of potential. So I think right now, white has some short-term initiative, but I think if I'm able to consolidate, I'm totally fine. And this pawn on b4 is sort of it will be a good thing. like it was in the game. So okay, bishop d4. Okay, he spent 43 minutes here. I was not
43 minutes.
I could not understand what he was thinking
This is a big
about.
mistake.
Yeah,
Yes,
very big
this
mistake.
is a big mistake. I used to say always that the value of a move is also connected with the time that you use, that you will use to play it. I mean, I was giving this example. What is best move to play first move? E4 after 45 minutes or H3 in 1 second?
Yeah.
If you play E4 after 45 minutes, you will lose the game.
Maybe not. I prefer E4 with
After 45 minutes.
Yes. I have faith in myself. But H3, I think 45 minutes. Maybe if you said hour and 15 minutes, I think maybe then I'd still choose E4.
Okay.
But everyone's different, you know.
Of course, yes. So a value of a move also connects with is connected with the time that you will spend over it. Yes, because if you choose somebody chooses a very complicated continuation, double-edged, and he thinks for 40 minutes, and then complications start. In fact, it is a mistake in a practical sense because he won't have enough time. Then he will lose the game.
Yeah, I think the main point is that he's trying to treat this position in a concrete manner, but this position is not so concrete. So there's no in this position. You should think, okay, let me find a good improving move, and then make me move, and then see, you know. But bishop d4, I just knight c5, and I'm ready for the c file to be open. I put knight d4, and this was a nice move. Bishop f3 would be strong, but I have bishop d7, which I was very happy to find. Point being that after some sort of trade, bishop takes, knight to c3. I just equalize very easily. Basically, rook d7, trade a2 takes, bishop b6, bishop takes f3, pawn takes, rook b7, rook d7, and I was even considering here f6. Just to be, I was looking at some nuances here.
Okay.
Yes. And I liked this idea of delaying taking the pawn. But anyways, bishop b7 is an important subtlety. But now I think he was already going into, okay, I need to make a draw, you know. f3, king f8, a5. Now, okay, this is a big mistake. Now, after knight c4, I get to trade this knight for this bishop, and strategically, I think this is very hard because once I trade, and then he makes it even worse. He plays this. Now I take knight d7, and now he's got huge problems.
Yes,
because my rooks are perfectly ready to attack. c3 and any endgames, if I can get the knight to c3, it's just winning.
Quite often I hear some unexperienced trainers or unexperienced players stating that whenever there are pawns on both wings, bishop is better than the knight, and this cannot be. I mean, every experienced player knows that this is in fact totally wrong. Yes, there's a number of additional factors that have to be there in order for a bishop to be better than a knight, and not just pawns in both wings. Because over here there are pawns in both wings, but the knight is clearly better.
Way better. And in combination, you must consider the pawn structure. And
of course,
this bishop has zero activity or target. It is playing an air. So now I go knight b6, rook c6, take, and now I found the idea rook d6 here, e4, a4. The point being that if king f2 not remove, I take and play rook c6. I'm going to get rook c3 with tempo. Once I attack this, I'm going to bring my knight to c5. Then everything is going to be tied down, and I'm simply going to run my king, play slow, you know.
So what he needs to do here is end up in an endgame, a rook endgame with a pawn down. Yes, but with good chances.
But the thing is, with the pawn on f3, this is very bad. He has structure for the rook endgame, allowing the 7th rank activity is terrible, and my king is very easily entering. So. Okay, he makes obviously just big blunder. He thinks that in this position he miscalculates because now he thinks that he can take into bishop b3, but my king is actually just too fast. And I get to d4 and he can just resign. So I think maybe I was a little bit sloppy here. After here, bishop b3, I think a bit more accurate. And then king d6.
How about some g5, h5 stuff?
Yeah, I thought g5, bishop c4, and rook d2.
Okay, you're still
totally winning, but I think I should just I gave him some chances, and I really I should just play rook b2 here. If he goes here, game over. Yeah?
Mhm.
If not, I go king c5. So okay, this was very stupid of me to play d6, a3, take, g5.
A remarkable piece sacrifice to give
Yeah,
some
this is his
chances,
only
yes?
chance. Yeah, he was very resourceful. Now we get this position, and what did I do wrong?
I remember I played one game like this against Michael Adams. I had a totally winning position, but he somehow managed to trick me and escape with a draw, because the knight can be quite impotent sometimes in such a situation.
Here go in. Rook b2. Check. Here, back. No, this was like bluff, yeah. I don't want to see what the can I check? I'm very curious.
Okay, but
after.
I can tell you that we analyzed this with Grandmaster Oleg Romanishin, so he cannot be wrong. You mean rook takes g5, yes?
Yeah, right.
We came to the conclusion that black is winning, but we cannot.
Yes, I came to the same conclusion, but I'm worried that the computer disagrees with it.
So let's check it for just a second.
Just I want to see just.
Yes.
Oh.
And both all of us.
Wait. Sorry. I know that this is against your. I'm just very curious. This is draw. This position is draw.
Knight g2, f4, knight e3. I think we comment. No, knight e3.
Not knight e3.
No, knight. Yes, and knight c4. If you go king f6, knight c4, and if e5, knight takes e5. f5, knight d7 check. Okay, this we didn't see. And after knight c4, we thought black is winning.
I can take and play g4, knight g2. I should not have looked with the engine. Okay, yes, let's get rid of that. A very resourceful guy. I think these wins, this tournament, very a bit sloppy. Okay, now I win, but now he makes sort of last mistake going back, and now I can bring my knight around this way, and it's easily winning. Yeah, that is going to keep me up tonight. But the win will make me sleep.
Yes, the win and the negative rapid test.
Yes.
So once again, I would like to congratulate you. Very nice. I see that although you are a very young player in age, you are already a very complete player. You can play all kinds of positions, tactical ones.
With black, I'm not complete yet.
Well, yes, but it's not, I would say, a matter of color or of openings, but I see that you are, how do they call it? All-rounded player? How do they call it? Universal player.
Flexible, yeah.
Yes.
Flexible.
So what can I say? Congratulations and good luck for the last round.
Thank you.
Take care.